English is one of the most widely spoken languages on the planet. So I thought English would be a pretty smart and common sense language as far as spellings go, right? But holy shit was I wrong. I don't know how it got so fucking complicated and so stupid, man. Oh, come on now, Grade. Isn't that complicated and stupid? Yes, it is though, mate. Let me show you. Okay, look at these words, right? Water and cater. Listen, I'm sure you're not blind and can see for yourselves, right? But the last 4 letters of these 5-letter words are identical, aren't they? It's just the first letter that's different. But despite that ridiculous similarity, right, they don't rhyme. But while this doesn't rhyme with cater, a word that does is traitor. And while this doesn't rhyme with water, a word that does is slaughter. Despite these 2 words looking nothing like the words they rhyme with. But listen, check this out. If you look here with the word slaughter, which does rhyme with water, right? If you get rid of the S at the very start of the word, it doesn't rhyme anymore. And not only does it not rhyme anymore, but there's now magically an F sound in the middle of the word. Listen, it's stupid enough that removing the start letter can completely change the pronunciation of the word, right? But why does it affect the middle so much? That's like me punching you in the face, right? And not only does the punch somehow turn you gay, but you start complaining about, ow, my dick. I didn't touch your fucking dick. This is slaughter, right? So taking off the S, this must be laughter, right? Nope. Laughter. And this one too. Here's the word limber, yeah? But for some reason, right, if you add the letter C to the start, the B in the middle goes silent. How does that make sense? See, this is what I'm saying, man. Some of these rules with these English spellings are so random, man. Now listen, the water slaughter example that I just gave is bad enough as it is, right? But this is probably the worst example right here. The erd sound. I'm going to give you 6 words that all end with the sound erd, right? Okay, just have a listen. Bastard, nerd, bird, word, turd, herd, and plastered. These 6 words all have the exact same sound at the end, right? Yet they somehow have 6 completely different spellings for them. 6 different spellings for erd. Like, come on, man. Is this a joke? I think it's pretty clear that the people who decided how all the English words will be spelled couldn't fucking spell. I'm telling you, man, it's at a stage where reading is pretty much impossible now. The words are too random. If I want to read a book, right, I'm fucked. Well, lucky for me, right? Audible. Is that how you say that? Oh, Audible.com. They read books out for you, right? So you don't have to struggle. If you go to audible.com/grade, you can download a free audiobook and try it out. Like me personally, right? I'm currently reading The Swordmen audiobook by these academic gentlemen, The Swordmen. Because not only are they fellow YouTubers, right? But a bunch of them follow me on Twitter. So much love. So go try a free one using my link here. But enough of that, right? Let me show you some more dumb shit. Okay, so say we have some letters, right? Like I and T. That spells it, okay? Now say we take that word it and we add different letters at the start of it. Like if we add the letters B, F, H and W, we get 4 words. Bit, fit, hit and wit, right? All of these words rhyme with each other and the ends are all the same. Makes fucking sense. That makes fucking sense. However, if we go back to the IT and we add an E, so we get the sound IT, right? And let's add the same letters as we did before, B, F, H and W to the start. But look what's happened. We find that we get another 4 words. By, figured, higert and witty. What the fuck happened here, man? Who thought this would be a good idea? All these words still rhyme, right? But none of the ends are the same now. Look how different they look. And they all came from the same starting place. There is no way that these words should be rhyming, man. Like if I was the letters I and someone told me, hey, Grade, these words are all yours, I'd be like, what? Nah. Oh, hell nah. They don't look anything like me. They rhyme with you. There's no fucking way that word rhymes with me, man. Get more Repovich in it, man. I want a paternity test.
You are the father.
What? I am not paying 18 years of word support. Alright, that's it. Right, I fucking give up, man. This is too random. I can totally see why kids will give up with school, man. Kids are having spelling tests when they're like 6 years old, right? And this shit has no rhyme or reason at all. It's so random. Kids are probably looking at dictionaries thinking, oh my god, I have to remember all of these sequence of letters. That's never gonna happen. I can see why young people would see this shit and say to themselves, fuck this, man. I'm just gonna get butt implants and post pictures of my arse on the internet all day and try and make it as an Instagram model. Fuck school. Do you see what I'm saying, man? Kids in school do not have a fucking chance. It just starts to get ridiculous, man. Cigarette? No, I think you mean cigaretti. Sweet? No, mate, you mean swipe. Pubes? No, you mean pubes. And fuck? You mean fuck-huck. This country is called the Philippines, but someone from there is called a Filipino. What? Why is this a PH and why is this an F? This is called a fridge, right? But it's also called a refrigerator. But why's this got a D in it and this one doesn't? Why's the D not there anymore? This is a fucking fridge, not Caitlyn Jenner, man. Where's the D vanished? Listen, like I said, man, all this shit makes no sense. Fuck English spelling. You have 4 ways to spell I and 7 ways to spell the sound. The same word can have 2 different ways to read it. There's illogical letter changes, logic lacking pronunciation rules, and fuck knows what else, man. Fuck spelling tests. So if you're watching this, right, and your teacher tells you you're having a spelling test, you do me a favour, mate. You stand up and you tell him or her, or whatever her preferred fucking gender pronoun is, right? And you tell her, no! Bitch! Suck my dick! Teacher! Fuck your test! I'm going homie! Right? Bastard! Piaki out! Fuck! English spellings! But seriously though, if you don't know these, you're a retard. Now listen, like I said at the start, right, I always did really bad in spelling tests. As did the Chinese kid who always used to sit next to me in class. Wu-Tang, I think his name was. But the method they teach you is so fucking simple, even kids can do it. Okay, so for this example, I've got little Timmy with me here to help me demonstrate how this is going to work. Right? Say hi, Timmy. Right? Right. So I'm going to give you a few words to try and spell, and then see how you do. Okay? Okay, so the method that I'm sure everyone was taught as a kid was that when you want to spell a word, you sound it out. Like if you want to spell dog, you go through all the sounds in the word. Now go on, Timmy, give it a go. Limit. Sound it out, mate. Alright. L-I-M-I-T. Limit. You're correct. Wow, this is easy. Okay, now let's try a word which sounds pretty much fucking identical to limit, right? Minute. Give that a spell. Simple. M-I-N-I-T. Minute. What? Ow! No! That's wrong, Timmy. Listen, I agree that this E sound should be an I, right? But why is this second E sound not a U? What? And Timmy, why have you not put an E at the end for no reason whatsoever? I didn't need to put an E on for limit, so why would I need an E on for minute? Well, Timmy, you know... Alright, Timmy, you're clearly not as good at spelling as I thought you were, right? But no worries. Let's just take a step back and change things up, alright? Okay, so now I'm going to show you a word and you just have to read it out to me, alright? Think you can do that? My face really hurts. Awesome. Alright, so get ready, Timmy. Here's your word. Read it out. Well, that's easy. You showed me that like 60 seconds ago. That's minute. Huh? Ow! No, Billy! That's not minute. That's minute. But you just said that was minute a second ago. Adjective, Billy. Look at the adjective. If this was a noun, then it'd be pronounced minute. But since this is an adjective, you blind bastard, this is minute, as in very small. Do you understand now? What the fuck, man? America, fuck you. What the fuck is correcting me? Someone tell me, right? Why do people use long words? Okay, stop. Hear me out, right? I'm not against people using long words altogether, right? I just feel that some people use long words purely because they think it makes them sound smarter. And that it somehow makes whatever point they're trying to make even stronger. Alright? It doesn't. It fucking doesn't. It fucking does not, alright? I'll bet you people do it in your life as well. Especially at work. But you just haven't noticed. At times, rather than just saying something like, oh, it's the same thing, people will choose to say something like, oh, it's synonymous instead. Oh, look at me, I used a big word. Someone please rub my cock and comment on how intelligent I am. If you think that the only way to sound smart is to simply say big words, then let Ernest Hemingway put you in your fucking place. You know, just be on the lookout for it and I bet you'll see it, right? But I need to give you an example, so have a listen.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I'm sat on my laptop and I'm reading some random article on Daily Mail, right? Okay, fine. Alright, I admit it, right? I read Daily Mail. Don't judge me for this, okay? Alright, but anyways, the guy who wrote the article is giving a lecture to some guy who must have done something really serious, like some really serious crime or something. During the lecture, right, he says, but it is unspeakably vile, blah, 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 right? Get on with it, mate.
Based on nothing more than hearsay, ill-informed suspicion, and an inchoate sense of outrage at harm done to someone else.
Listen, author of this article, why are you talking like that, mate? You know you don't talk like that in real life, nor does anyone, for fuck's sake. Listen to this guy, man. This guy's trying so fucking hard to sound smart, right? But it just ends up making him sound fucking stupid instead. Let me explain why.
Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious.
He used the word inchoate. Inchoate. What the fuck does inchoate mean? I would have presumed that a newspaper columnist would already know this, right? But if you're saying or writing something, you obviously want people to hear your message. So you have to make sure that people can understand you. Because of this, big words, if anything, right, are the last thing you would want to use because not everyone knows them. You're trying to make a point and mid-sentence you choose a word that no one besides yourself has heard of. If you're going to say words like inchoate halfway through your sentence, then don't be surprised if your message goes over people's heads.
If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious.
And, might I add, as if using the word inchoate wasn't bad enough already, right? This is an article on the Daily Mail. And that's the audience you're trying to sound smart to, is it? Daily Mail readers. Pick your audience, you twat. As if people who read the Daily Mail know what the fuck inchoate means. We can just about read, for fuck's sake. If I'm perfectly honest, we're only here for the pictures anyways.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Given that you're trying to make a solid point for as many people as possible to understand and take that message away, you might want to try using words that people know what the fuck they mean. Let me paint a scenario for you. Unlike those adverts you've all seen, right? Say that I actually found a way to get shredded in 3 weeks, right? And also, say that I was the guy that all those penis pill companies hate. Because I was the one who found that weird little trick to add an extra 3 inches to your height, right? Say I was explaining how to do so, and I said, alright there guys, do you want to get shredded and add an extra 3 inches to your height in 3 weeks? Well, all you have to do is crystallize some dimethyltryptamine, kind of like ayahuasca, and smoke that shit until you pass out. When you wake up, you'll be a new man. Do you see what I'm saying, right? Big words and I've lost you.
The biggest word you've ever heard, and this is how it goes.
So do you see how stupid this mentality of trying to crowbar in big words makes you sound? You might be trying to sound smart by saying your big words, right? But it can make the message you're trying to get across not get across. Like last year, right, I was trying to get my teaching qualification to be a maths teacher, right? One of the points of this course is to tell new teachers how to teach kids, okay? One of the ways they do this is by getting us to read academic papers which have made some sort of potential breakthrough on some aspect of how to teach kids. So as far as a trainee teacher like myself was concerned, right, that's some important shit, isn't it? However, The academic papers that we were forced to read were chock-a-block full of the wanker author putting in long words and trying to sound smart at every fucking opportunity that he could. As a direct result of this, I'll read these articles and nothing is going in, right? Now listen, here is a literal example, okay? It's a bit long, but it perfectly proves my point, right? Just have a listen and ask yourself if you'd be able to effectively listen and take in 14 or so pages of this shit, right?
Competent practitioners usually know more than they can say. They exhibit a kind of knowing in practice, most of which is tacit, tacit. Indeed, practitioners themselves often reveal a capacity for reflection on their intuitive knowing in the midst of action, and sometimes use this...
Okay, stop, no, stop right there, mate. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Okay, listen, first of all, this guy is clearly very good at English, but he is fucking shit at getting his message across, right? He's too fucking focused about sounding smart that he's written a piece of English that no one can fucking understand, right? You are trying to get across a message, alright? Surely you would only want to speak in layman's terms because absolutely everyone can understand layman's terms. Given that you have such important knowledge that you could be giving out, I have no fucking idea why you would choose to use big or fancy words like this also did, given that it can make that knowledge inaccessible to others who need it. Do us all a favour, mate. Leave your shitty, grandiose-sounding poetic prose where you're basically rubbing your dick at how smart you can sound. Leave that shit at home for you and your other culture-loving, wine-tasting, opera-watching cunt mates who appreciate that lame shit whilst you rub your own dick and think about how smart you sound saying that lame shit. So listen, right, if you yourself happen to be one of those wankers who goes out of their way to use big words because you want to sound smart, right, fucking stop it.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But listen, there are times where it's needed though, isn't it? Like when you're writing an essay for school, or when you're filling out some shit for a job application, right? In that situation, you don't want to say some shit like, yo, look at this frog, man, it's fucking huge. You want to say some formal fancy shit like, pardon me, could I avert your attention here to this amphibian for a moment? It's rather large, isn't it? I mean, after all, that's what the synonyms feature on Microsoft Word is for, isn't it? You use it whenever you want to make what you're writing sound smarter. Now listen, I'm not completely against big words though. I'm not saying that everyone should just go around using small words and have everyone walking around sounding like, hey yo, shouty, what it do, man? Damn, that ass though, baby, like she. Let me get your number. Yo, I can't understand that guy, right? He's fucking unintelligible. So you should be using words that are bigger or fancier than the words that he's using. However, the words that you do use should not be as big or as fancy as the ones that these idiots use. These lot are idiots using words that only a handful of people on Earth know, right? So what's happened as a result of that is that they're now classed in the same group as this fucking idiot. Good job, guys. It's fucking mental to me that people are more focused with how they sound. Surely you would fucking imagine that the way you sound when you say something is nowhere near as important as the actual thing that you're trying to say itself. But no, people are too worried about sounding smart rather than actually saying something smart. So do you know what? Go fuck yourselves, man. Alright, sorry, my bad, right? Go fornicate yourselves. Someone please explain this to me, right? Whenever I call my boss to let him know that I'm sick and that I can't come into work today, why do I always worry? Even if I'm actually sick and I'm not lying, I still worry a little. That's so stupid. Why am I worrying about having to call my boss and tell the truth? And why am I worrying anyways? It's not like he's gonna come over to my house and shove a thermometer up my arse and check my fucking temperature, is he? And even if he does, right, not a problem, because again, I'm actually sick. I don't know why, right, but I can never just call up and say, right there, mate, I'm sick, can't come in today, see ya, and be done with it. Never. I'm always a little apprehensive in making that phone call, man. Before I do it, right, I have to mentally prepare myself for the phone call like those Buddhist monks on TV who beat the shit out of each other with sticks and concrete blocks for no reason. I'd rather do that shit than make the fucking call. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one, right? But I will literally sit there in bed and I'll be going over what I'm going to say on the phone word for word. Alright there, boss. Sorry, man. Alright there, boss. Sorry, man. Fuck. Alright there, boss. Oh, sorry, man. I can't come. Oh, for fuck's sake. What the fuck am I doing? Like, I am sick as a dog, right? I should be resting. But instead of that, here I am, sat in bed with 105-degree temperature, rehearsing my fucking lines because I'm shitting myself at the thought of telling my boss that I'm sick, even though I actually am. What the fuck is wrong with me? Now listen, deep down, right, I think my worry is that I'm having to tell my boss that I'm sick over the phone. Like, for example, if he came over to my house and saw me in person, I know 100% that he'd have no doubts that I'm sick, right? But all I get is a phone call, so all he's going to hear is my voice. And I don't want him thinking that I'm lying, right? I want him to know that I'm sick as a dog. So what do? I put on a voice. I put on my I'm sick voice, which is just me blocking my nose. Boss, sorry, boss. I can't come into work today, mate. I'm sick. Which, by the way, I don't know why I do. Because I have never sounded anywhere near that bad in my fucking life. Yet every single time I'm sick and I have to call into work, that's the voice that I put on. And so do you. I don't care who the fuck you are, right? Every single person on earth has at least once in their life put on a I'm sick voice. And fuck it. If I'm going to put on the voice, right, I might as well add in a few of these. Sniff! That's what sick people do, don't they? They sniff! So I will channel my inner Charlie Sheen and I will inhale sharply through my nose as much as I can. And along with the sniffs, I'll also add in a few of these. Ugh. Did you hear that? Listen again. Ugh. What that is, right? That's the I feel horrible sound effect. Listen. Ugh. Oh man, I feel horrible. Ugh. See?
Just use your mind.
But listen, the problem with all of these is that sniffing and going, ugh, realistically anyone can do that, right? Even a healthy person can do that convincingly, right? It's just sniffing. But the one thing that I always want during that phone call is a sneeze. Because if there's one thing that people who are healthy enough to go to work don't do, it's sneeze. So if I can just sneeze once during this phone call, I can rest knowing that my boss absolutely knows that I am sick and not fit to go to work. So I need to sneeze. All right, lungs, I'm depending on you now more than ever. Right? Now give me what you got. Sneeze, man. Come on, lungs, sneeze. You fucking traitorous pieces of shit! The moment I'm feeling better, I'm gonna go march right over to the shops and I'm gonna buy a 20-pack of cigarettes. Lungs, fuck you both. I'm gonna make sure you live to regret this day, you fucking Yes! If I actually do sneeze on that phone call, it is the best feeling ever. That sneeze feels better than getting a promotion. Like, once you sneeze, it's like, see? You see that, boss? I told you I was sick, didn't I? I'll keep it 100, man.
And they never give you credit.
And with that sneeze, I can finally rest, knowing that my boss has no doubt whatsoever that I am in no way, shape or form fit enough to go to work. Now that's what I call a successful sick call to work. The deed is done, man. So finally, I can stop stressing and I can just enjoy the rest of my day. Right, you spending all day watching YouTube video means that you haven't got a job. But listen, don't worry. I'm gonna give you Grade A's guide to getting a job. Right, so before you even get an interview, the first thing you have to do is find a job to apply for. Realistically, what's the only thing you give a shit about? Right, it's the money. It's how much you're going to be making. So given that, why do so many jobs write shit like this? Just give me your number, mate. Under the salary part, it'll say negotiable and competitive. I don't give a fuck about your opinion about the salary. Just tell me the actual salary. Right, another thing that's very important is the manner with which you speak. Now, it's not a problem for someone like me. I'm very well spoken, but you lot need to practice this. Now, I understand that you have to be professional and whatnot. You can't go in there saying, all right, there, you wanker. Right, where's your fucking job, mate? But I could come into an interview and I introduce myself by saying, all right there, mate. And I'd lose the job. If you judge someone negatively on them saying the words, all right there, mate, you need to stop taking yourself so fucking seriously, you arsehole. Can't get a job unless you talk like you've got a broom stuck up your ass. So shove a broom up your ass. After you've shoved that broom up your ass, you better wear a suit. Regardless, even if the job is something like a PE teacher or a truck driver where you never have to wear a suit, you better wear a fucking suit. You better pay very close attention to the clothes you put on, even if your job will be to take them off. Right, but some of the biggest hurdles that you get in the interview are some of the stupid questions you get asked, right? I'ma sort you out. Here are some of the questions. Right, so why do you want this job? Because money, you idiot. Because having this job would be slightly better than being homeless. Alright, I'd rather not be sat living underneath a bridge, addicted to crack. That's why. Right, so where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Hopefully, not still in this shithole. Hopefully I've won the lottery and I'm doing a bit better for myself. So tell me about a weakness of yours. Oh my god, where to start? I'm late all the time, I'm antisocial, I hate people, I like doing this all the time, I'm a racist, I'm a pervert, sexual harasser. Don't say anything like that, right? The common tactic with this question is to write a strength, but word it as a weakness. Like, oh, I'm such a perfectionist with my work that I'll give up all of my spare time to make sure my shit gets done at the cost of me own family. Fuck 'em. That's the kind of thing you have to say, right? So this is a dumb question because they ask you it knowing you're gonna bullshit them back. But if you answer the question honestly, like saying, oh, I'm late all the time, no one admires your honesty, you're just gonna not get the job. So don't ask the question then. Because if you ask me what's a weakness and I honour your question by answering it, I've lost the job. So thanks a lot, assholes. Don't answer the question. So what makes you want to work at this company? To be perfectly honest with you, mate, do not care. I'm completely indifferent. Don't care. I'd just as well work for your prime competitor. Your job came up first. So why have you decided to leave your current job? Because I'm underpaid and my boss is a dickhead. Again, this is one of those things where if you're honest, you lose the job straight away. Oh, because it's unprofessional. But that's real. I deserve more money and my boss is an arsehole. Who can't relate to that? Even the guy interviewing me will be thinking, oh, mate, I feel you, mate. But no, you lose the job. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I never know what to say when they ask you this. I like Doritos. I'm good at Modern Warfare 2. And I'm a crack addict. And nothing gets... What are your hobbies? If I'm honest, I haven't got any fucking hobbies. What are my hobbies? Nothing, man. I just sit around on my laptop. I'm playing video games. I'll go on the internet to watch other idiots play video games. And... nothing. I have no hobbies. They want to hear cultured shit like, oh, in my spare time I play guitar. I've no idea why they want to hear this. Playing guitar does not make you more worthy of employment unless it's a rock band. If I asked your co-workers about you, what would they say? The fuck you asking me for? Ask them! Why would you ask me that question, you idiot? In the application, you specifically asked for references, and I provided them. So fucking use them. Right, what would my co-workers say about me? Probably not the nicest things you'd ever hear, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm not going to tell you that. I've learned my lesson after not lying for the other questions. So I'm going to lie to you. Right, what would they say? I don't know. That I'm sexy as fuck? That's what they'd say. Next question. Right, so what do you know about our organisation? That you've got a job going. Right, so after they've asked all of their questions, you get asked, right, that's it from us. Have you got any questions? Right, when they ask this, you're supposed to have some questions ready. And if you don't, it's looked down on. So you have to ask a question. But your question, okay, the only thing that you might actually want to ask them is, mate, what's the fucking salary? It said negotiable. What number is that? You're supposed to have a question ready. Except that one. You can't ask that one. But realistically, that's all I care about. So when you're asking, do I have any other questions? No, there's nothing else I care about. But that's looked down on. You have to ask some dumb shit like, what's the ethos like here at this company? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But you have to ask that shit because it shows you've got an interest in the company. Mate, I've got an interest in money. Right, and the worst part is, at the end of it all, you could have been bloody amazing, but the job goes to this arsehole because he's good mates with someone who already works there. Fantastic. Alright, but that's all you need to know. If you take all of this advice, you'll definitely get a job. Well, maybe not.
Oh, yeah,
Right, somebody please tell me, when the female mate of yours is crying, what the fuck are you supposed to do? What do you say, man? Now, this might come as a surprise to some of you, but I'm not exactly the emotional sensitive type. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. Do you want me to say there, and that it'll be better? I don't know. Like, if your guy mate's crying, it's easy. You just say, shut the fuck you crying for, you pussy? Shut up.
Oh, macaron.
Another one, when you're handed a baby in front of all the family and you don't know what to do with it, that's awkward. I don't know what to do, or especially what to say, man. And all of them, especially the women, they're so natural with that baby talk. Do you know what I mean? All of that. I can't do that shit. I'll be holding the baby talking to it like, you alright, mate? You want some milk or something? Oh, smells like you shit yourself. That's lovely. That's cute. Just a quick side note. Women seem to find everything that babies do cute. Everything. Which makes no sense. Because babies are inherently disgusting creatures. Like, a woman be holding a baby and they can puke on them, and the reaction's always something like, whoopsie. Look what the baby did. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck, man? When you feel a fart grumbling in your stomach, and you try and let it out silently, but it makes a little squeak. Shit.
Yeah, macaron.
Whenever a new stand-up comedy specials come out and all your friends have seen it and you haven't, it's well awkward. All they ever do is just quote lines from it non-stop. Shit like,
long titty, no nipple having ass bitch.
Then a kid took the fish out of his mouth and looked at his brother and said, Goody Google.
What's the Chinese name? Tap Sun Bong?
You don't understand.
you haven't seen it, and out of context, to you it makes absolutely no sense. Because as far as you're concerned, all they're doing is just saying completely random sentences. They're having the time of their lives, and you're sat there fucking clueless. It's like a YouTube comment section. You're just ruining all the best lines. Let me watch it first. When this happens.
Man, Fat Abbott, what are you doing on this side of the hood?
You know something, Rudy? You're like school in summertime.
When you sat with your parents and a romance scene comes on.
Very sexy.
I know.
In the same way that you get those ratings like, oh, this is 18 rated, this is PG, there needs to be a parent rating. And all it is pretty much just tells you, don't watch this with your parents, because it's awkward. Alright, now listen, just bear with me. Just watch this and tell me what you think is going on. Alright? Alright, watch. You know what you thought was going on. Now go and tell me, what were you thinking? Right, you're wrong. Because nothing was going on. Nothing at all. People walking into your room unannounced is obviously shit. Goes without saying, right? But when they walk in unannounced, just as you happen to be closing a tab on your web browser, it's like, no, mate. Because you thought he was on that dirty stuff. Let's see what he was actually on. Google. He was on Google. He's just Googling for porn. He's not actually on it yet. When you're on the phone to someone and the line's a little bit shit and you can't hear what the other person is saying, right? So I was at the... And Ajmal said that... Wait. Hang on. Where were you, mate? Line's not the best. Say that again. I said I was at the... And then Jay said... Wait. Where were you at? Listen. I was at the... Right? You got it? Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah, carry on. The person you're chatting to is just slowly getting angrier and angrier each time you ask because you're having to stop his story. And you're just like, for fuck's sake, I don't want this entire conversation to be one man's quest to decipher this one word I can't understand. So you think, fuck it, I'd rather this conversation just carry on. Then for the rest of the conversation, you're making those, oh yeah, oh is it now? Oh, I see what you're saying. But in reality, you don't see what you're saying because you're completely lost. This is the worst. When a mate of yours that you can't fucking stand and want to go out of your way to avoid messages you on WhatsApp, and it results in you avoiding WhatsApp because you want to avoid that person that fucking much. This is the online version of seeing someone in the distance that you don't like and taking a longer route just to avoid them. This literally happened to me 4 days ago, by the way. I could not be asked to talk to him, and I stopped using the fucking app for 4 days. And the only reason I ended up clicking on WhatsApp is because I clicked on it by accident, because I'm an idiot. And you know what? God forbid any of my mates have told that dickhead I'll make these videos, and he sees it, because that'll be pretty awkward in itself, won't it? But you know what? I don't care. Alright, some phrases in the English language, they make like no sense, right? So to prevent you from sounding like an idiot in front of your friends or your peers, I'm gonna tell you some of the ones that you should avoid. Pot calling the kettle black. Now listen, people don't really use this on a daily basis, right? But it is very commonly used. The phrase basically means, oh, you're a bit of a hypocrite. But here's the thing, right? Pots aren't black, and neither are kettles. Like, look at these, right? Do these look black to you? Like, even a little? No, they don't. They're not even remotely black, man. Right, so what should the phrase be? Charlie Murphy calling Wesley Snipes black. That's what the phrase should be. Something like that. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. But what if you can do the time? Well, you still shouldn't do the crime. So what was the point of even mentioning whether or not I can do the time? Especially since it doesn't make any difference at all. So what should the phrase be? Irregardless of whether you can do the time or not, don't do the crime. Right? You've made your bed, now lie in it. Right, this is stupid, yeah? It's basically saying you caused this situation, now deal with it. But the comparison with the bed is not the same thing, right? No one makes a bed with the intention of never lying in it again, right? So you don't need to say the now lie in it part, right? Stupid, unnecessary, it's redundant, right? It's like saying you've made your sandwich, now eat it. Well, of course I was going to eat the fucking sandwich. Why do you think I made it in the first place? I'm not a chef. As if I'm ever going to be like, yo, fuck this bed, man. I'm throwing this bed out. It's broken. I'm never going to lie on this thing again. And then go on to make my bed. The only reason that I would ever make my bed is specifically because I intend to lie in it. What the phrase should be is, look at this shit situation you've caused, you idiot. Now go sort it out. Like having your cake and eating it too. Now listen, I'm not going to lie, right? I don't know what this means. Don't have a fucking clue. I genuinely still do not know what this means, right? Like, what's the point in having cake if you're not going to eat it? Cake is made to be had, man. That is cake's sole purpose. As if there's such a thing as having cake and not eating it. If there is, right, I need to start a rent a cake business where all you do is people rent a cake just to look at it or something, I don't know. And if people eat it, I'll be like, oi mate. You ate some of the cake, what the hell? You can't have your cake and eat it too. Have you not heard the phrase, mate? You won't be getting your deposit back. What it should be, like, if I'm honest, I don't know. Because I don't even know what it means, so I can't say, can I? Live every day as if it were your last. This is horrible advice. I can think of a few people that I would probably kill if I knew today was my last day and that I would be dying tomorrow. And so do you. And not only that, right, there are a few people out there who without doubt will have you on that list. So this is not advice that you want to be giving out, right? Some people might decide that gambling their life savings away would be a good way to spend their last day. It's not like I'm going to be around tomorrow to live the consequences, so fuck it. And it's my last day. I might as well go and tell my boss to go fuck himself and that he should suck it. So don't do this and stop saying it. What the phrase should be, right? You're most probably not going to die tomorrow, so don't behave as though you will. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Unless it's muscular dystrophy, then you definitely won't get stronger. You will get much, much weaker. Now listen, I'm not an idiot, right? I know what it means. It means mentally stronger, right? But again, no. Back when I was like 13 years old, right, I watched The Blair Witch Project, which is not even that scary a horror movie anyways, right? And that fucked me up. For years, if I was going upstairs to bed at night and it was dark, I could not switch the light off and go upstairs. I had to go upstairs, put the light on, come back downstairs, put the light off, and then go back upstairs. That fucked me up as a kid. Didn't make me stronger at all. What the phrase should be is, what doesn't kill you may or may not make you stronger. Results may vary. What you don't hear can't hurt you. Stealth ninjas. You won't hear them. They'll kill you. Okay, let me paint you a picture, right? Imagine this. Oh no, mate. Your cat died, did it? Oh no. No, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, have this. Just to let you know how much I care. You be like, what is this, mate? To say you don't give a rat's ass doesn't make sense, because when do you give a rat's ass? When you care about something, do you give a rat's ass? No, man. And do you know what? Forget rat's ass. I don't get the whole giving thing, man. Like, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, what? That makes no sense, man. And why a rat's ass? If you want to give me an ass to show you care, right, give me J-Lo's ass. So instead of I don't give a rat's ass, what it should be is I don't care. Simple. Alright, now listen, it's not a phrase, right? But the word extraordinary is stupid. If you go to a restaurant and order something that's extra spicy, that just means that it's very spicy, right? So using the same logic, one would imagine that something extraordinary was just very ordinary, right? No, that's not what it means at all. It means the exact opposite. The word makes no sense. Now, who made up this word? Idiot. You're an extra idiot. What the word should be is totally unordinary. You made it through the course. Fantastic. So if you've paid attention, to avoid coming across as an idiot to your friends and your peers, right, all you have to do is make sure you avoid saying these phrases. Or don't. Fuck it, do whatever you want. I don't give a rat's ass. Have you ever gone for a shit and seen like a sweet corn kernel just floating there, completely untouched, like you just got it out of a can and threw it in the toilet? Like, how does that even happen? Like, I put you in my mouth, I chewed you up, and you survived that. You went through my digestive system with all the stomach acid, and you somehow survived that. And now you landed up in my toilet looking good enough to eat. Listen, I need to get rid of you quick. You might get on some vendetta like that bitch in Kill Bill. Like, shit, I just tried to kill you and eat you, and you're fine, man. I had no idea that sweet corn was such a badass. Okay, right, so here's my question, right? Inside you right now, you'll have like the last, I don't know, day and a half's worth of food in you. Say you took a laxative to flush all of that shit out of you, right? After that, say you drank nothing but water for the next 2 days and you did nothing but eat sweet corn, but you didn't even chew it, you just swallow it whole, right? Would you shit out like pure sweet corn that looked good enough, like perfect sweet corn? Someone needs to make that YouTube video. Some crazy bastard like Steve-O or someone. I want to see that YouTube video. Why do some boxer shorts have that hole in the front? Like, what's the purpose of them, man? I assume it's there for you to pop your dick through when you need to go for a piss, right? But it's not needed because they're boxer shorts. It's not a fucking onesie, mate. Popping my dick through is just a nuisance. I can just pop it over the top and I'm ready to go for a piss. No one uses them. When I was a kid, I used to wear those little, those little eye fronts with a slit in them at the front. I tried that when I was a kid. That is genuinely difficult to pop your dick through that. So what's the point? What's the point of having them? I remember back in like 2004 or something, right? America just told Saddam Hussein, yo, listen, we just want to come to Iraq and just look wherever the fuck we want because we think you've got weapons of mass destruction, right? So why doesn't some other country just do that for Area 51? I'm so curious to know what is in Area 51, man. Oi, Kim, can you get off your ass and ask these lot what's there? Because like everyone else, I'm dead curious to know what's in there, mate. Aliens, moon landing shit, Illuminati headquarters, Hitler's other ball, magnets. I'm sure there's loads of weird shit in there, right? Like, I just want to have a look, man. Right, now listen, everyone, let me school you on a bit of biology, right? There's a reason why your ball sack is away from your body, right? Apparently it's because your sperm don't like it at body temperature. Like, I don't know, they start dying or something. Let me paint you a picture, right? Say you and your lady friend are chilling in the hot tub and you're just listening to the radio, right? Some romantic music comes on and you both decide that you would both like to start a family because you want some children. Now remember, sperm doesn't like it in your body because it's too hot, right? But the hot tub is a lot hotter. Because you've been cooking your balls for a while in the hot tub, right? Could that prevent you from getting pregnant because you've killed all your swimmers? Because if so, right, start investing in hot tub companies because the sales are going to go through the roof. You know when you're born, right, you get some characteristics from your mom and you get some characteristics from your dad, like randomly, yeah? That means that there's a tiny chance that the kid born gets every single thing from its mom or everything from its dad, right? So listen, say two people have a kid, yeah? And when the kid's DNA is being made, it just so happens to be that every single characteristic comes from its dad. Which I'm sure has like a 1 in a God knows whatever chance, right? But there's a chance, right? So say the kid ends up getting every single characteristic from its dad, right? Is it like a time-travelled clone of its dad? So say he's growing up and he's like, I wonder what I'll look like in 10 years' time. Can he just grab his dad's yearbook or go on his dad's Facebook and just check, oh, right, so that's what I look like in 10 years? Because that would be cool as fuck. Scientists, stop wasting your time trying to cure this and this. Get on that, man. Here are some things that I kinda hate, at least a little bit. I recently taught myself to swim at my local swimming pool, right? Because I never learnt when I was a kid. One thing I never realised is just how much fun swimming can be. But another thing I never realised is just how much old men enjoy walking around the changing rooms completely bollock naked. I will literally be changing, and from the corner of my eye, I'll catch a glimpse of Grandad over here, who thinks that drying his hair, of which he barely has any in the first place, somehow takes priority over covering his meat and two veg. You have more pubes than you have hair on your head. Cover it up! Like, I genuinely enjoy swimming, but this seriously puts me off. Fuck it! Fuck it! I've had enough of this shit, right? Where is he? Listen, old man River, you get your antique, fossilised, shriveled up cock and bollocks out of my face and put your absorbent, accident-proof underwear on ASAP. There's not a human on earth who wants to see that thing dangling about, man. Not to mention that your saggy old balls are scraping along the floor as you walk and they're leaving a trail behind you, for crying out loud. Cover that shit up! When people make comments on conditions for when you can eat certain foods. Okay, what I mean by this is things like, oh my god, you're eating ice cream, but it's winter. It's too cold to have ice cream. Or something like, oh my god, you're eating cereal, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's too late to have cereal.
And then she got this like crepe over here. She eats it at like midnight. It's fucking weird. So good. It's just a weird thing to eat later on.
What? Too hot and too late? Who lets things like time and temperature stop them from eating certain foods? What kind of stupid reasons are those? Okay, with the ice cream, I don't get the logic, right? You eat hot meals every day, so why not cold snacks? Why? Why? What's gonna happen? Like, what do you think I am, mate? A fucking fish? I'm a human. I'm a warm-blooded mammal. My body can handle cold foods without a problem, you fucking idiot. Sounds to me like someone's a little bit jealous that I've got ice cream and they don't. And also, right, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, too late to have cereal. Fuck off.